Aditya and I'll tell you about some of the best cafes that I visited in Vietnam and why each one was so special to me on my coffee journey. Vietnam is full of amazing coffee stories, and these 5 places gave me a different experience in every cup. First, I visited Highlands Coffee in Hanoi. This is where I saw how traditional Vietnamese coffee is part of everyday life. You can call Highlands Coffee the Starbucks of Vietnam. For me, this was the start of discovering Vietnamese coffee culture. Then I went to Phúc Long in Hanoi. What I loved here was how they celebrate both tea and coffee. It felt like learning about Vietnam's heritage through flavor. I tried their jasmine tea and it was so refreshing. You must try their cookies and Vietnamese coffee. Then I visited Cộng Café, and this cafe instantly felt different from the others. The vibe, the creativity in every corner, and their famous coconut coffee made the experience unforgettable. Cộng Café started its journey back in 2007 with its very first cafe on Trio Viet Vuong Street, one of Hanoi's most historic coffee streets. And honestly, when I stepped inside, I could actually feel that old Hanoi charm. The cafe was packed with people. There was a long waiting line, but somehow that made the place feel even more special. It showed how loved and iconic this cafe really is. We also visited Faifo Coffee in Hoi An's ancient town. This place was magical, beautiful views of the Lalton Street, amazing coffee, and so much charm. It showed me coffee can create memories, not just drink. We did crazy shopping from MR.VIET, and this place inspired me a lot. I shopped for coffee beans from there. They proudly share the story of Vietnamese Robusta coffee farms, and as a young coffee roaster, I loved seeing that passion for origin and coffee identity. What made these cafes special is that each one taught me something: coffee culture, heritage, origin, creativity, and soul. They weren't just cafes I visited in Vietnam, they became part of my coffee journey. I am Aditya, and these were some of the best cafes I explored in Vietnam. See you in the next coffee adventure.